Even your silence can serve when it's followed by powerful speaking and saying the thing, even the thing you're afraid of. Say it anyway. Hi, my name is Steve Kidd. I am a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 39 books and counting. I've had the amazingly wonderful privilege of working with nearly 5,000 people, helping them write, publish, market their books to bestseller, and everything that comes beyond that. And what I'm here to do is to help you with the 40-ish almost years of experience that I've had in marketing to help you be able to make the difference in this world that you're meant to make, to maximize powerfully the day that is known as today, so that you can be the person that you were created to be. The world is so looking and waiting for you, and we really truly do need you to show up as who you are, the best you that you can be today. And I really want to double down on the whole concept of being the best you that you can be today. I've said this many, many times before, but I really want you to really kind of listen in on this one today, because I want to make sure that you really get what I'm saying here, because often we find ourselves kind of buying into the concept that the only way we can show up powerfully is to go, 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 go. And if we stop, we're somehow failing ourselves, the world, life, the universe, and everything, right? And I want to really remove the pressure of that from you. Sorry, I'm adjusting my chair here for you. And I want you to really see, understand, and be able to really embrace the power of rest. Because resting is also part of your message. You can have that silent time, that time when you're even literally asleep. And it's powerful as long as it's then followed up by your truth, by you sharing that truth that you know you're meant to share in this world. So sometimes being the best you that you can be today is to take the day off. Spend the time with your kids, spend the time with, your spouse, spend the time with family. Do the things that are really, truly important in this world, because we only have so much time with those people. And we want to maximize every minute of that. And also, you're important. Yes, I said it, and you needed to hear it said. You need somebody to tell you that it is absolutely okay to just step back, have your phone ring, take a break, and really, truly then come back out powerfully with your message. You see, yes, we're always talking about the 3 C's: clarity, consistency, and connection. And I want to help you understand that the clarity absolutely does come from you being in motion, but it doesn't stop your motion, your journey, your process if you pull off to the side of the road and you buy gas. Okay, so if you were driving from here, I happen to live about 8 hours north of Dallas, Texas. I know I've made that drive. August, I think, is when I was down there, whatever. And it's 7.5 to 8 hours, pretty much nonstop, quote unquote nonstop. Because as you're going down there, you stop and you take bathroom breaks. You stop and you stretch your legs. And of course, you have to stop and get gas. Okay. None of those things mean that your journey, your process, all the things that you're getting done in the world just cease to exist, or that all the progress that you've made is lost. It just simply means, hey, the car is getting low on gas, and you pulled into a convenience store, and you went ahead and you bought the gas. It says to me, it looks like your stream isn't showing up on LinkedIn. It's likely known issue with LinkedIn. We're working to fix it. Okay. Well, that's fine. It's doing what it's doing, and I apologize to those of you who might be on LinkedIn and are not seeing this right now. I will make sure that I rebroadcast this or the highlight for it. Um, but I want to stay on this track, okay? Because I want you to understand, okay? If you were, for example, going to a place to speak, the travel, the journey there, you're not speaking, you're not in front of a crowd of people on the trip. I mean, some of you followed along with me when I went to Virginia, um, you know, a month ago ish. I don't even, time is just going by so quickly, but yeah, I think it was about a month ago now. And that was about 30 hours of travel time, including the layover that I had in Chicago, and all that kind of stuff. And most of it, I mean, I came live certain, several times throughout the course of that, including, a couple of times right in the train station there in Chicago, because, you know, because I had other people doing they were driving the train. But if you're behind the wheel of the car and you're driving and you're focused on the road, that's okay too. That's all part of your journey. And, like, for example, if you get to your event, I always recommend to people get to your event the day before. Get there a whole entire day in advance. I know that means you're going to have to pay for an additional night to stay in the hotel. I'm also going to recommend to you that you stay a day after the end of the event. Okay. And I'm talking about the whole day. So I'm talking about if the event ended on, like, say, this last event I went to, it ended on Thursday. I'm saying stay Thursday night, absolutely. But really, my recommendation to you would be stay Friday night as well. Take all day Friday after the event. And you could say, okay, so if the event was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then I would be, instead of Friday, replace that with Monday and spend all day and spend the night there. Yes, I understand that means that instead of going, getting there just on time Friday morning, if we're using Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is what most events are, getting there just in time Friday morning and then leaving out, Sunday evening or even Sunday afternoon and having to have to miss the end of the event, which happens often. I realize that I'm recommending 2 additional nights of hotel stay. And I understand that there's some cost to that and food and blah, blah, blah. But what it does for you, because, okay, so again, I'm going to stick with the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's the typical event. So I'm suggesting to you, get in on Thursday. I even found really powerfully when I went to Provo, I got there a couple of extra days early, but even the whole concept of getting there, arriving later in the day on Wednesday, sleeping Wednesday night, and then having all day Thursday that you do absolutely nothing but just rest. Watch crazy, stupid television. I think, I mean, right now I'm into home improvement kind of stuff, but whatever. And just spend that whole day resting. And then you go to the 3 days of the event. So again, like I said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you stay the night, Sunday night. But then you take the whole entire day, Monday, and you rest. And you also reflect. And then spend the night, Monday night, and then have your flight, train, driving, whatever, all happen starting on Tuesday. Now, we can't always do that, but I'm suggesting this to you because I want you to really embrace this concept of resting, recouping, and reflecting. And in our silent times, we need to have that rest and reflect as part of our whole schedule. You should look at your schedule and all of the consistencies. And I'm not saying that on those days you couldn't pick up your phone and go, hey, I'm here. I arrived. I arrived yesterday and today is my day. I'm just going to be resting. But I wanted you all to know I'm here safe and I'm thinking about you. And maybe you're live that particular day. Maybe it's shorter. Maybe that's the only thing you do that whole day. Maybe you even don't say anything all day and you just beat from the trip. I mean, if you took a 30-hour train trip, if you drove for, like I said, the 8 hours to Dallas, that any of those kind of things, those take a toll on you. And that rest is important because then you recoup and you're ready to come out swinging with your truth. You're ready to be the best you that you can be. And sometimes being the best you that you can be is knowing when it's time to take a break. And that's okay too. Don't let anybody convince you. Don't let anybody downplay to you the effectiveness and the power of that intentional, planned, purposeful, on purpose, silent time. It's good for you. It's an amazingly great thing for you to do. And I want you to put those kind of times into your day as well. Okay. And into your week. Do it on purpose. So just as we're using consistency in how we talk, I want you to begin to look at your schedule and have consistency in when you don't talk too. See, you want to plan out both of them because what's going to end up happening is there's ditches on both sides of the road. The one side of the road is where you were, or maybe even still are, completely silent. You're not saying anything. You're not changing the world because you're not saying anything. Somebody is suffering in your silence. The ditch on the other side of the road is where, you're always on, always, and you just perform, talk, share, give, and you have nothing left. And you crash. You go all the way up into the wall. You see, it's not like we talked about the other day where, you go through your breakthrough and you hit the wall, but then you come through. It's where you hit the wall and you don't make it through. It's not a breakthrough. It's just a break. And you sit there, and you're kind of like, one of those cartoons where they're all dazed and stuff. And that'll happen to you if you don't also consistently put time for you to rest and reflect. So yes, part of that rest is just purely physical rest. Rest your voice. I have a friend of mine that's speaking at an event today, actually, and he's talking about how it's been a really great event, but he's glad that, today's the last day because he's really feeling it in his voice. And that's true too. That's very real. And the more you talk, the more that it's going to be. And you need time when you can just be silent and not use words and let your voice recoup. You need to refill. Reflect and refill is what that quiet time is for. So you made the trip. We talked about, the arriving early and refilling your tank so that you can be there. Whether you're a speaker or you're an attendee, you can be fully present rather than sitting there falling asleep at the event because you're exhausted. Afterwards, it's about not only resting, because I don't care what event you go to, it's going to take it out of you. But you're also reflecting. Oh, hey, I want to take in some of these things. I think back to the event in Virginia that I went through, and I actually had a plan, for the layover in Chicago, and I was going to sit down. It was an AI conference, and I learned some really cool AI things. And I had a plan of, some things that I was going to be working through on, with a couple of different AIs that I had learned. And I got there, and I got my computer all set up, and I sat in front of the computer, and I was just exhausted, and not because, not, how do I say this? I mean, I had ridden on the train overnight there. It had been an 18-hour trip. We had gotten on the train at 2 or 3 o'clock, and then we had gotten to Chicago around 8 a.m., something like that. Okay, don't quote me on the exact times. And though I had slept most of the night on the train, from like about 10 till 6 or 7 in the morning, I was still a little bit, that travel weary, plus the event. Plus, I hadn't done what I was recommended, what I'm recommending to you. The event had ended on Thursday, and then I got up Friday morning, got all my stuff together, and did all the things that it took to then be able to get to the train and get on the train and all of that. And I went live that day from that train station there in Alexandria, Virginia. And so when I was sitting in front of that computer, even though I intended to reflect, there was none of that rest in there. And I couldn't remember at all what I was going to do. I did it a few days later, and it was still good stuff. But when we don't put those times into our schedule, when we don't account for how much something's going to take out of us, we burn ourselves out. And it's impossible to be the medicine that somebody else needs when we're completely depleted and empty. You can't pour from an empty cup. You need those times where you pull back too. And I know I've been talking for months to you about say it anyway, say it today, say it. And I absolutely believe that. And I think and I've done on all of those days where you can pick up the phone, you can do 5 seconds. It doesn't have to be a 15 or 20 or 30 or 50-minute thing. It could be a 5-second, hey, I'm here in the Chicago Union Station, and I just want you to see how beautiful this place is. And I think the one I did in Union Station, I think it was more like 5 minutes because I had rested some. I actually did that one after I had been in Union Station for 3 or 4 hours. I had stopped, I had taken a break, I had literally fallen asleep in a chair, I had gone and had some lunch, and then after all of that, I went out and I did that. And then there was still probably another hour or so before we actually got on the train. It was a long layover. You need that. You need to recoup you. You can still show up with a smile. Smile costs you almost no energy. You can still send out good thoughts, good hopes, good intentions. You can pray for people, even on your rest days. See, a rest isn't a give up, a retreat, it's preparation. It's the time that you fill you back up so that you can do all the things that you're meant to do. And I'm encouraging you to take that time. You refill during your times of silence so that your next words can heal even louder. I want you to think about that. I appreciate you so much. I really do hope that you will take a breath, rest, relax, reflect, recoup, and then say it anyway. This is your permission slip to pause if you need to. And then also your invitation to come and join us, visibilityamplifier.com. It's a community designed for you. And we're going to encourage you to take care of you in there too. We would love to have you there. We'd love to have you come in and join our 14-day sprint to help you be able to do that. And maybe what we will need to encourage you to do is to take a day and rest first, and then do the 14-day sprint, and then take the day after the 14-day sprint and rest then again. We're going to be together again tomorrow. We're going to talk about when your voice starts making money and meaning. Ooh, not just money, but meaning. When you really start making the impact that you know you're meant to make. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And until we're together again next time, I hope you have a great week.